Camera's off, you guys can kiss again.
Not the way we expected our game day to kick off, is it?
Guys, best event beer. Shower beer.
Free beer. Golf beer. Passenger beer.
Vacation beer.
Nice pass.
The crack 'em if you got 'em beer. Oh! Tailgate beer, baby! Porta potty beer, baby!
Work beer?
The boat beer.
Boat beer. Fucking classic.
DJ party beer, baby! Let's go! Locker room with the boys, beer!
Cold beer.
Woo!
At home on a Friday night, drinking a beer, eating some popcorn, watching Netflix by yourself, surfing the internet, maybe looking at some Discord channels all by yourself, thinking about friends. At the Cowboys experience, meeting up with our boys for the first time. They've already been here a couple days, as have we. We're meeting up with our UK boys, Cowboys fans, and I don't know whoever else is here. But we're gonna go get
We're gonna find it out.
Canada, Cowboys camp right here next to me. Ready to go. Hey, yo, what's up, baby? All I know is the Dallas Cowboys Nation is taking over the motherfucking street. Let's go! DJ Kai, love you, brother. Hey, those are our locals from Canada. Their thing is crack them if you got them. So if you got a beer or something, they'll definitely crack them if you got them. Charity work together, collab, help some people out. That's what it's all about. One star, one family. We're all for one star. Together we're one family. That's the message. Who's house? Who's house? Who's house? Who's house? Damn straight Cowboys all day, every day, baby. Let's go.
Ice on my neck, yeah, sexy. Gold on my wrist, frostbite tee. I'm rich, yeah, I'm about boom. I got nothing left to prove. Ice on my neck, yeah, sexy. Gold on my wrist, frostbite tee. I'm rich, yeah, I'm about boom. I got nothing left to prove. Ice on my neck. Ice on my neck. Ice on my neck.
Crack 'em if you got 'em in Vegas. But we're at New York, New York. Cowboy Nation, we them boys, we take over Vegas. Monday Night Football, Cowboys versus Raiders. You feel me? You hear me? You feel me? You give me? You deal me? Crack 'em if you got 'em.
A fun ordeal.
Hey, how you doing, man?
When you're in America, you do American things, baby. Let's get it.
So this one is hot. It's ready to go. We don't want to shoot.
Yeah. I feel like I have to do this.
Oh, what is it?
What's that one? This is the automatic 12 gauge.
That's awesome.
So we just spent the last couple hours at the gun range shooting some guns. Now, to officially be Texans, there's only one last thing for us to do.
It's not just a hamburger, it's a
Whataburger!
AJ's an AT&T guy. You can't hold him back. He's already out there. Didn't even wait for us. Wasn't even waiting for a shot. AJ. Oh, I thought he was getting mad at me for throwing the football.
Just in the dirt.
Right into the bread basket.
I'm gonna catch one on this kid.
All right, so if you guys will just
Look at this little punk walking through the door thinking he's the man. He doesn't know we just were in the AT&T Stadium locker room. We were just in the...
Hey, I felt like we were just working 9 to 5.
Pros.
Pros, I like the guts of the stadium, walking around just in the underground where the tunnel where the boys walk from the locker right out onto the field. That was a fun little journey. And of course, being down on the field, even though we were behind the end zone running around, that was just a fun perspective, I should say.
And I'm just gonna say, biggest con, we couldn't go on the field. Like actual field.
Yeah.
Still worth it. Still worth checking out the AT&T Stadium tour. Even if you're here Thanksgiving Day week like we were, still worth checking it out. What did you think? Out of 10, I'm giving it a solid 7.5 Can Fan Buckaroos out of 10.
Yeah, I think 7. 7.
Boosh. Game day, son.
Here we go. Here we go.
there they are. Hey, what's up, Cowboys? Camp Fan in the house.
It's camp day!
So we were just tailgating for the last about 2 hours at the Vados Locos tailgate. We're now heading to the stadium to meet up with Big Fella, Taylor Chima. It's Thanksgiving, it's beautiful out. Everybody's having a banging time. Got Super Cowboy about to give us a lift. Man, if you have not been to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium on Thanksgiving, where you at?
What's going on? Our boy Super Cowboy, aka Uber Cowboy.
Uber Cowboy.
Uber Cowboy, baby, let's go. Number 1 Uber in town.
Yeah, that's a 5-star. That's a 5-star general right
He has a 9.0 rating.
9.0. You can't get higher than that.
Let's go, baby!
We're driving around right now and we're about to get dropped off to where we're gonna kind of wander around and hand out beers, but a lot of Chiefs presents, a lot of red walking around, fellas.
Boo!
I don't like it. I would say, like, right now, it looks about 60-40 just by judging the tailgate.
Just from what we're seeing so far, yeah.
Their Thanksgiving is gonna get ruined. They're gonna get diarrhea for days.
Hope you like eating. Or can we say that on the...
I hope you like eating Cowboy D.
I hope you like eating, Big D.
diarrhea.
See you tomorrow. Let's go, baby!
Let's get it!
Hey, I've never been to college, but I am a frat boy today, bitches.
Which all the time, man. I'm always down there. Where we going?
DJ Kai, crack 'em if you got 'em, baby.
We did the jersey swap already.
We did the jersey swap.
You're not
You're
catching us with our shirts off.
No,
But,
you're not. Hey, nothing but
You want to see
love
them
right
with their
here.
shirts off, you got to go to
Cowboys
the
fans all day, every day.
OnlyFans content.
That's right. That's
The
right.
exclusive OnlyFans.
Yeah, 1 star.
Adam, get Deuce. Get Deuce. Deuce Vines right there.
I went to the postcard where the ref with the
The index card?
yeah, the index.
We're gonna all hit up the Red Robin.
okay, Robin.
Oh.
So Dan Salio is on Jacob Sports. Let's see his shirt. He goes right here in San Diego. But we just go back and forth. Sounds good. Trash between each other. I've got somebody that we work with that come in and told me that it's not even fair.
Salute, let's go. Gotta crack 'em. We can't crack 'em here at Red Robin, but you know what?
That's why I got
we gotta
this
go big.
Okay, all right, there we go. Okay,
All right.
here we go.
Sign CD. What are we doing it for?
Sign CD, sign that. Super Bowl.
Jerry Jones.
Cowboy Nation. 1 star, 1 fan. Cowboys can fan. Cowboy Nation, baby.
Just support, man. Just support each other, guys.
And the content creators.
Hey, let's go down the hatch.
Salute.
Oh yeah.
Here you go. Here we go. Here we go.
Down the hatch.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Where you at, Aubrey? Where you at, Aubrey?
Hey, you prima donna bitch.
Prima donna bitch. Fuck you. Play for free.
Yeah,
We
what?
saved
You're
your-
a kicker, man. Just show up.
We saved your marriage. Cowboys can't fan saved your marriage. Just kidding.
That's probably the biggest news, though. Oh yeah, get it in, you son.
I didn't want to
Crack
jump
'em
the
if you
gun.
got 'em.
Crack them if you got them, son. AJ, just get one cracked then.
Oh yeah,
do
yeah,
it for,
yeah.
Do it for the pod.
Do it
Do
for
it for state. Remember that? Do it for state. I certainly do. Some of my favorite videos.
Best comment of the night and maybe the year. Sammy T says, "Ant looks like me in school when quarantine was happening."
You had a sweet beard and cool sunglasses.
Sammy T, you look pretty cool.
Looking
Although
tough.
this isn't really a beard, it's more mustache. But I'm actually out of town Wolverine trapping
Yep.
still, hunting, trapping. We don't kill them. We don't hunt them. We trap them.
on the trap line.
It's more of
Yeah,
like
trap line.
it's an art.
But hey, this is the best thing about it, and thankfully the trap line lets you do this. Is you still look good, you still sound good. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to boost it.
The show must continue.
Yeah, the show must continue.
Show must go.
You know what kind of throws me off when I'm in studio, when I talk, I can hear myself talking in studio. Right now, because I have $12 Best Buy headphones in, I just feel like I'm underwater when I talk.
Oh, really?
I kind of feel like, you know, when like a deaf person, when you hear a deaf person talk, I kind of like to myself, I kind of sound like that. No knock on anyone that's deaf. I'm just saying it's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
So what we'll do for the next out of office one, we'll run through a couple different audio settings.
You know what? I don't know if it
And mic
works for
settings.
you. I used to just pop an ear out, or you just loosen one ear a little bit, and it lets your voice in a little bit
Oh.
more.
Okay. Oh.
Okay,
wow.
Jay.
AJ. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an old
Life
school,
hacking.
It's an old school trick from the days of the stars and stage.
But now you guys kind of sound fucked up.
So you push one in and leave the other one out just enough. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We figured it out. I'm glad I complained. All right. Hey, we're here. We're here now, and we're live.
Just fair warning on that, Anth. It is how I made one of my ears more deaf than the other one. So, pick your
So I have
poison.
to rotate that.
Yeah,
I have
pick
to
your
rotate.
poison.
Okay. All right. Pick your poison. But at least I can hear you guys. I can hear myself now. Fellas, Wednesday night main event. But a lot of stuff for a February Wednesday. A lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on.
It seems like good. I'm loving that we're still finding a way to argue with each other online as Cowboys Nation, but it sure as hell beats last season. It feels like not that I don't know that any of these moves we're making right now are going to be better. They certainly seem better, but last season it was like we were waiting, and then who was it that they signed? Sieg, and we were like, "Woo!"
That was a couple years ago.
Was that a couple years? Anyways,
that was 2024.
And last year still. I don't know. It didn't feel like a very exciting offseason.
No, this is
we were dealing with
last year. The whole thing, all it was off season was the Micah Parsons talk. That's it. That's all there was. And now we got a bunch of things moving.
Yeah, and who would have thought the Brandon Aubrey conversation that we're going to get into would have been the thing that's on your first bingo card of free agency? Nothing. We're hearing nothing about George Pickens, thankfully, right now.
Second bingo card.
Second bingo card.
Second bingo because. I think we should talk about the first one.
Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, the signing.
Journey us there. You take our hand.
Okay,
Adam was going on a roll. I didn't want to.
All I was getting at was that last year it was just Micah. This year it's like this random. All of a sudden, this random story arc just kind of came up. But why don't you break down what we're going to cover on the show today, later, Wage?
Yeah, well, we'll start off with the offseason chatter. Obviously, the Javonte Williams signing. We want to briefly touch on. I think that happened a day after we did our show last week. We'll also talk about what's been unraveling online with Brandon Aubrey and him rejecting the Dallas Cowboys offer.
Possibly.
And also then there are the Dallas Cowboys is one of the teams. There's only a couple teams who are putting out a full list of who they've scheduled a formal meeting with. So we can go through that list and check it out. There's some interesting tidbits there, just if you're looking at the packages as a whole, but obviously the individual players.
Yeah, we are. We're looking at the packages as a whole.
And then finally, we can sneak in our top SEC prospects for the Dallas Cowboys based on, the draft picks we currently have right now. So we go out there and get a second or something like that in the time being. It could definitely change how we're looking at things.
100%.
Well, and guys, I know we're going to talk about it, but the Brandon Aubrey thing, Brandon Aubrey has a second round tender. So if somebody wants to take the Cowboys,
let's just
jump into Aubrey and then we'll tag it with Williams.
Yeah.
Because what are we going to say about Williams? Hey, Williams,
George Pickens.
We love you back.
Yeah, we are happy.
Happy you're back.
There's been
Making money.
There's been enough conversation online with breaking down his contract. It's almost like a win-win contract with Javonte and the Cowboys. $8 million a year. Are you guys happy to pay $8 million a year for Javonte Williams right now?
Oh yeah.
When you look at his total pay compared to the rest of the running backs, the Cowboys actually cooked. The Cowboys cooked on that deal, man. So any Cowboys fan that's not happy with that Javonte signing, he's young. He's 25 years old. He's coming off of his best NFL season. He loves playing for the Cowboys.
Obviously.
He could have probably got a little bit more out of another team, but for him to just be like, yeah, I want to stay here. I like what we're building. I like what I see. That's huge, man. You want a player that wants to play there and a guy that could have a better season. What did he have? 10 or 11 touchdowns this year? He could have 15 or 16 next year.
Yeah. And signing with the Cowboys for those 3 years. Yeah. He's 25, right? He's going to be 25 or he is currently 25. Anyway,
he's 24, turning 25. Like he's fucking young.
Not
a lot of tread on the tires either.
He'll be going to his third contract by the time he's 28 or 29 or 27 in that range. Let's just call it 28. What a perfect range for him to enter for his third contract, especially if he comes here, wins 1, 2, or 3 Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys in these next 3 years.
Yep.
And funny enough, it just felt like he was a bell cow running back, something the Cowboys really hadn't had sans the last 2 seasons of Zeke. Starting from the last 2 seasons of Zeke on the Cowboys. Well, minus his reunion tour. That didn't really pan out. But you know what I mean? he played. It was a little bit of surprising. It was a little surprising to see his contract be where it is, because I figured his agent would have been able to argue higher, but you know,
But he was willing to get the deal done, and that's the best part. That's the player that you want. And like you said, he was a bell cow, and he was physical. Not only was he good at running the ball, he was amazing in pass blocking. He was one of the best pass blocking running backs in the NFL last year. So for the Cowboys, again, like I said, for them to get him in-house for $8 million a year over the next 3 years, and they have an out after the second year if they want to go away. He has 16 million guaranteed, so it basically makes his first 2 years guaranteed and then $8 million salary. But if you want to cut ways with him in the third year, you have that option. So it's honestly not only it's a super team friendly deal, and I'm sure there's some heavy incentives, like statistical incentives deep in there. But I'm stoked on it and I'll be honest, guys, we were not excited when the Cowboys were planning on going into 2025 with Javonte Williams. So for us to the tune we're singing right now compared to what we were like when he was the only guy we signed in free agency, I mean, I'm pretty excited about it now.
Yeah, I was going to say that he was one of those guys we didn't hear or see a lot of him in training camp. Nothing in preseason. It was like it was this special feature for the Cowboys to launch into. And again, their offense he's the one component to keeping that offense in order. Having him re-signed and bagged up, knowing that run game is fairly taken care of with him at the front. Now you can build your RB2 and your RB3 option or whatever it's going to be. I'm happy with it. I think it's a good amount, $8 million for Javonte Williams to get if he just did exactly what he did last season, I'm completely happy with that.
Now, here's the funny thing.
Yeah. Classic AJ.
It is. Sometimes comedy's more than what you say. It's all in the vibe, the look. Here, the rumor being our boy Aubrey rejected a 10. Now this broke early in the morning, I believe.
Yep.
At least when I woke up.
Yep.
But it broken news. Dallas Cowboys, Brandon Aubrey rejects $10 million contract from the Cowboys. At least that's how it was presented. And then maybe I would say around 4 p.m. PST.
No.
Okay.
The news was Brandon Aubrey a deal was put in front of him that he rejected to be the highest paid kicker. He countered it. And then the news came out today a little bit, or a couple hours ago, or like midday, that he actually wants $10 million. The Cowboys offered him to be the highest kicker, so you're probably teetering around that $7 million mark. But they're countering.
What is
saying
what is the highest kicker?
6.5.
Harrison Butker.
That's right. Like last year, that was the highest.
Yep.
$6.5 million was kind of the okay.
So that
just gives some perspective on the situation.
So then we're like, okay, well then they probably offered him 7, right? Like that's probably what they offered him, like 7.5 maybe at the most.
I mean, a lot of this is. All I saw was that he rejected the $10 million offer. I didn't see 7 million, 8 million, all of these numbers.
No, they rejected saying he wants 10 million. There wasn't a $10 million offer.
Okay. Sorry. I guess I missed. You jumped way ahead. It was, you broke the fun. You broke the fun.
Sorry, I was just correcting what you were saying, because you were saying that the Cowboys offered him 10 million and they didn't offer him 10 million.
It says Brandon Aubrey's 10 million contract. That's what the headlines were saying.
Okay. But I'm just saying the news that was out earlier was that the Cowboys offered to make Brandon Aubrey the highest paid kicker, and he rejected that offer because he wanted more. That was the initial headline that was like last night or this morning, and then the 10 million one came out saying that that's what his side's wanting. So I was just correcting it because the Cowboys didn't offer him $10 million.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was correcting you on that.
Yeah, you're right. That's where I got confused. I was like, I thought Brandon wanted 10 million.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're right. Rewind it all.
Yeah.
Brandon Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey rejected the Cowboys offer and wanted 10 million.
Yes, that's what you should have said. We got there, fam. We got there.
Sorry, I just read.
I'm reading articles. I'm like, I'm reading articles. I'm like, it's saying $10 million right here. Adam.
Yeah, because that's the big thing, right?
Right.
So, anyways, continue on what you're.
I fucked that up.
Yeah, it's all good.
I fumbled it.
Yeah, it's all good.
But unlike
we goop, boys.
Unlike Aubrey, who makes his kicks, I missed that one. But yes, there is basically Brandon Aubrey say the news came out that he rejected the contract and wants $10 million.
Yep.
Then 2 hours later, this is where I thought you is Brandon came and said, and his girlfriend said fake news.
Yeah, fake.
That's not true. I'm just going to pull up the article here. Hopefully we didn't scare you guys away with that. Oh, come on. Yahoo Sports. I don't want to watch this old grumbly guy.
Oh, that's so Bandwagon
That's
Baba.
Baba's guy.
Bandwagon
Baba
loves fish.
Let's fucking bring
But
fish
you know
up.
what? But she won't. But she will not subscribe to his YouTube.
Good for her.
Well,
I go, Baba, are you subscribed to him? You watch him every day? She goes, no, I haven't subscribed. It's like, come on, you gotta. Sorry for airing your dirty laundry out here, but you gotta subscribe to the guys you like.
Could we watch this?
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
Minute 30. I mean, I don't know. Yahoo Sports, fuck you.
Okay, sorry. And then after this, on Instagram, I just want to double down on something. On Instagram, search the DLLS guys. They have a really good take on the Aubrey thing.
Sure.
I just want to do that at some point.
I'll
The
do that
DLS
right after. We'll get Fish's point here because he's going to explain, I think, summarize it better than I did, which will be great for our clips because we can cut out that whole mess. But I'll look DLLC.
DLLS. Dallas without an A.
Just on Friday night.
Fish is
this
drunk.
would be right before the
love
Devontae
it.
Williams
We're
signing
having a stroke.
with a Cowboys source. Guess which team, in its own opinion, believes that it is number one, ranked number one in its ability to flip switches, as we have coined the phrase, in order to create 2026 cap room. Guess which team, according to this team, can create the most cap room, more than anybody in the NFL?
Dallas.
The Titans.
It's the Cowboys.
I know. I'm joking.
Oh.
That is correct. That would be the Cowboys. That is
I thought he was talking to me.
He's talking to you.
correct, Apple. That is correct.
Why did he just call
Everybody
you
who
Apple?
follows this show, follows this program, and reads us at cowboysroundtable.com.
Shout out.
There was people on Twitter. I put this on Twitter and LOL and scratching head. What? There's nothing funny about it. That
What
doesn't.
the fuck is he talking
I
about?
have no idea.
mean
Okay.
the next
Axe him, Baba. No wonder you haven't subscribed to him.
I don't know.
There was nothing to do with
There was
Aubrey. Go to the
So this
DLLS
is just-
guys, because this was nothing.
I think they just screwed up the video there. I thought we were going to get to something.
Because he
Maybe
was
he's-
talking about cap space. We all know the Cowboys, if they free up what they need to free up, have the most amount of money to spend on people. But I thought this was going to be an Aubrey. Maybe they're just trying to get clicks off of an important.
Well, it's even titled.
Article.
It's even titled.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Anyway,
Anyways, doesn't matter.
sorry, for this DLLS Cowboys on
Just on Instagram.
Instagram. God damn it.
I'll go out of here. What I was gonna say, so just to go down at 103.5, the fan was talking about the Brandon Aubrey news, and that's where where Brandon Aubrey initially said fake. And then we can talk about the DLS, but there's a couple of other things that have come out since then, a couple hours ago about that. If you want me to spill some beans
Yeah,
on
get it. Spill it. Let's hear
Okay,
it.
so
Hey, goop me up, man.
I'll goop you. I'll goop you hard, Anth. So a couple of things that came out with it. So they're saying Brandon Aubrey, he's not actually commenting fake that he rejected the offer or anything like that. He's calling it fake on what the Cowboys have actually offered to him. I think what the news is coming out of Combine, all the Combine chatter, is that they only offered him like 6.7 million.
Well, we don't know.
Well, that's how I know.
I know.
But that's how I read it. I didn't read it that he. I didn't read it as anything other than that. I read it as the amount that they're saying he rejected was fake.
Right.
That's what when I read the fake comment that he posted on the 105.3 The Fan.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was saying fake that he's saying he rejected. I think he's saying it's fake that the number he rejected that's being reported. Anyways, that was just my personal. The way I took it.
Well, I think some people took it that, oh yeah, no, Brandon, like this.
But how would they know? How are you so confident?
I'm not confident. I'm just for the
So
people
that's just their opinion.
There's people at the Combine right now that are the insiders who break the news that are saying this
Well,
information.
Cowboys
so
insiders, no
it's just like anything that you're going to go off of. So yeah, we don't know, but
No,
this
I know,
is
but-
a talking point is all it is.
Right. I'm just saying I wouldn't subscribe to anything. All we know for a fact is that a news released saying Brandon Aubrey rejected the deal and he wants 10 million and he's saying fake. That's all.
Yeah.
Those are the actual facts that we've seen. Now, what they said could be true, but isn't this just negotiating 101
Tactics?
and
Totally.
like, well, not even
Totally.
tactics. Isn't just part of negotiating. Hey, here's my first offer, and you say yes or no.
Yeah.
Then what happens? You move to
His agent, what the fuck is going on here?
Watching ad move my border and then just back and forth, trying to figure it out. But AJ, I put in the DMs in
Yeah, I couldn't
Instagram the
find
link.
this
Oh, you
fucking-
found it?
I couldn't.
I sent
find
it.
the
I sent
actual-
it. I put it in the DMs
I
in
got it right here.
Instagram.
What is real is that Brandon Aubrey's agent actually said fake as well, and then he posted a shot of the Joneses bus saying, "We're going to handle this on the bus."
Yeah, this is all I'm saying. I'm not even saying that those guys don't know what they're talking about. I just want to be very cautious with my opinion and not just taking someone who's saying, because
Totally.
we see it so often where people will come out and say, I have the source. And it's like, okay.
No, you don't.
And it might be true. And they might not have lied to you, but I just got to rely on the facts, right?
Right.
So that is way more intriguing to me than someone saying like, oh, Brandon wants $12 million and he said no, and now he's
messed up.
He's leaving Dallas. He's moving out of Dallas.
Tomorrow, I'm making a reel of AJ just saying Brandon wants $12 million.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Edit it. Okay, so
It's gonna do this. Brandon wants 12 million from and it's gonna cut to you saying my sources. That's it.
yeah. Just do a jump cut so it's obvious.
Yeah, so it's obvious. So this is DLS Dallas Sports, but there were some good points in this. I watched this just before we went on air, and it made sense to me.
Anti-Jerry and anti-front office than anybody in the history of this world. I am more pro-player than anyone in the history of this world. We live in an NFL where I can find a kicker. If I offered you to be the highest paid, and you could throw whatever you want back at me, here's what we're going to do. You're a restricted or whatever free agent. You're going to get the second round tender, and you're going to kick for 1 year, and then next year you're probably going to be a free agent. My kicker's not making more than Javonte Williams. I dare somebody to sign you off of the second round tender. I dare somebody, because I'll take that second round pick in a heartbeat. I am more anti-
Go ahead,
Right?
Ants. Yeah, I mean, that's...
Well, I just think that just literally, like, when he said you're not making more than Javonte, like, you're not.
No.
Sorry. I'm okay if they're on par, but you're not making more than Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams just gave his fucking body and soul last year. Like, literal body. Like, and I get it. Brandon Aubrey is one of the most exciting kickers in the NFL. That's fine. But at the end of the day, kickers have value for a reason. Javonte Williams is out there on first, second, third down, blocking, running, getting hit. I don't think that the kicker, no matter how good they are, deserves to be paid more than them.
I know
ever.
it's almost sad how little running backs are getting paid when you're looking at what top receivers are getting paid, and then you look
crazy.
at because on the surface when you think, oh yeah, I fucking pay him $8 million. We were even talking about, I'd be pissed off if the Cowboys have $2 million left over and they didn't go ahead and pay him. But when you start hearing them say, wait a second, so you wouldn't pay Jordan Lewis, our nickel corner, who got $10 million a year on another team now, that amount of money, you're going to pay our kicker that amount of money? And obviously it's a different position. So the Javonte makes way more sense when you hear that. It's like $8 million for far more touches of the football and far more wear and tear. Absolutely. And Brandon Aubrey, a kicker like Brandon Aubrey, I'm sorry, it makes the offense really get, I would say, a little too safe in certain scenarios. We saw it happen to Shoddy a few times last season, where you're like, dude, why are you not going for it? And you're kicking it, and then maybe Brandon Aubrey misses it there, right?
Well, but then you got to also, like, would you guys not take a second round tender
Yes.
if somebody said they were going to give a second round for Aubrey, and then you can find a kicker?
Yeah, no, look, it's another scenario of the Cowboys hold the cards and Aubrey, he's a restricted free agent. So the Cowboys will get something out of it, whether he leaves, and if another team wants to pay more than them for him above the value, then you take the second round pick. Or you do what these guys here at DLS Sports said, I guess sign him to the second round pick value, right? Is that what they were basically saying? That's how an RFA works. And then you play on that 1 year.
Yep.
And if someone wants to pay you, then you get the second round pick.
Exactly.
I don't ever want to, this is, again, I want to preface this by saying I would sign Brandon Aubrey for the highest paid kicker. Sure, absolutely. I think he has been consistent with us, and I enjoy the guy. I enjoy him on my team. I wouldn't mind just wrapping that up and getting him for a few years longer. Thing with kickers though is they're kind of finicky. They're kind of like pitchers or goalies. They can go hot, they can go cold suddenly out of nowhere and be like, fuck. So
they're like that Katy Perry song.
Hot and you're cold.
Ask Anth about Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey was like the guy.
He was the guy. Yeah, Dan Bailey was the guy. And he did have some injuries, but Dan Bailey was Dan Bailey was the fucking GOAT, honestly. Dan Bailey was amazing. But you got it's a kicker at the end of the day. You can't break the bank in certain situations. You can't overpay. And I know we're talking about it being $2 or $3 million, which when we're talking about like George Pickens and the 30 million plus, I don't like any player getting paid 30% more than the second person, than the second other person at that position. You know what I mean?
Right. And if that contract was to work out, if you extrapolate it to quarterbacks, it would be the equivalent of going from the 40 million deal and then the quarterback wanting $65 million.
Exactly.
It's an insane
you have
jump.
to play. You have to play in the range of everybody else's.
Yeah. It's the value. But look, if he can get the $10 million, Brandon, go and fucking get it. I wouldn't be mad at you. But I do just want to bring up this as a kind of just to have a look at how Brandon Aubrey performed. His last 3 seasons, I think he was the 2nd, 7th, and 3rd kicker in points. So he's been consistently a top 5 kicker, arguably top 3 twice in the 3 years of his career. Definitely worth it. Definitely a upper echelon's elite tier kicker. But when you look at his numbers here, he's fairly mid with his field goal average overall, but 86% rounding up. Where he stands out is his attempts. He had 17 50-yard attempts compared to, say, the next high on this list was Zane Gonzalez with 9 kicks, who's a better kicker in terms of field goal overall. Joey Sly, for wherever the fuck team he is, he had only had an 80.
Great name.
Yeah, great name. He had an 80% average overall field goal attempts, but his 50-plus yard attempts were 14, and he was right in line there with Brandon Aubrey. So Joey Sly's AAV on Spot Track is $5 million, and Brandon Aubrey's is 6.5 million. So they say he's playing for
he should be
the number one. But just look at these numbers, and I'm not gonna. Again, this is not to throw shade at Aubrey, but when you're looking at what he brings to the table, which is his deep ball accuracy, he had 17 attempts, 64% or 65%. Let's round up. Were accurate. That's pretty damn good, you'd think, right? Obviously. But then you look at Eddie Pinheiro, Nick Folk, and Joey Sly. These guys all also kick, and Zane Gonzalez, sorry. These guys didn't kick as many attempts, about nearly half as many, but their rates are significantly better. Eddie Pinheiro, an 86% success rate over 50 yards with 7 attempts. Nick Folk, 88% with 8 attempts. And Gonzalez, 78% on 9 attempts. So yes, there is a difference between 9 attempts and 17 attempts, but even if they got half, even if they just kicked 50% to make it up to 17 attempts, they'd still be a higher percentage than Aubrey in that 50 attempts. So again, this is just data.
Was this just based on, but this is also, I would like to see it, and I know we can't do it. My only thing, because they did go with Aubrey for a couple big 60-yarders, I'd like to see the data for the last 3 years to really
he can do it.
Break down what I think. You know what I mean? Just because I guaranteed if you took 2024 and 2023, his average gets a little bit better. But I know what you're saying. The 90, a 90% average on anything over even 7 attempts or however many they had is a better sample size than the guy that did it 17 times and hit 85,
It's also, you look at the last 3 years, or the only 3 years of Aubrey's career. In his first year, he had 50% less kicks from the 40-yard line and above compared to 2024 and 25, where they were like your point.
Ramp it up.
They were like, oh, this guy can do it. Well, let's do it now. Was it because the games are close and they were like, this is something I would dig into, but I'd want to do it for all the kickers to learn like how many of those kicks by Aubrey were at last minute just to see if we could get 3 points. But again, fair argument that Adam brings up was like, but would they have gone for a touchdown if they knew they didn't have this kicker who could potentially make that kick? So there's too many questions. My point is just being, we love Aubrey, want him to come back, but if he wants 10 million, then maybe I'd look for some of these are all free agents, by the way. These are the free agents available.
These are all free agents.
These are all free agents. Yeah. And I mean, they might get
Ant just got a Bodie.
So that's what I'm saying. Like those guys, if Aubrey wants 10 million and Nick Folk wants 5 million, it's Nick Folk all day. I'm sorry.
This is the thing. This is the thing I don't agree with. I don't care what position you are. I don't care how good you are. If you're asking for 30 to 35% more than what the player second best in that position group does, you're not worth it. You're just not. And we don't know if Aubrey's team asked for the 10 million, right? So this is all hearsay right now.
We're playing.
But if that is the truth, you're not paying a 30% premium because he's the best kicker. You could pay 4 or 5 million less and get somebody that's still gonna. He's not getting, whoever else you're paying isn't getting 35% drop off of that success. That's what I'm saying.
Now Aubrey wants 7 million.
Sign it. Run it.
Me too.
I mean, 8 million. Even 8 million.
I'm going like 8 million is like my max. I'd actually even again, the idea now is like my running back that I just signed.
7-9. Don't get more.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds so stupid. But I mean, his agent is
799.
His agent is Dak's agent, who's negotiated the largest contracts for any football player twice with Dak Prescott. So he's going to get Aubrey a lot of money.
Cowboys have the fucking cards though, man.
Cowboys have the cards, which is great. I mean, one of the things that Boots said in the chat that Anthony and I were laughing at because I put it up in there. I thought, Boots says, guys, let's not act like we weren't just calling to cut Aubrey at Oxnard training camp 3 years ago.
Oh, we were. Because he was 1-7. You saw it, Eric.
Well, I mean, again,
he went 1-7.
This is where it's like a weird. You're in a weird position where you could all of a sudden your brain just changes and you start flubbing those kicks.
How about this though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Imagine this. The Cowboys don't have to rely on a kicker kicking 50-yard field goals.
I would love it.
Would that be nice?
I know. I think that actually ruined Mike McCarthy a little bit in knowing that Brandon Aubrey, like as soon as you got over that 50-yard line, it was all like we're kind of in Aubrey zone. So I think Mike McCarthy had a lot of other issues, but I think it started to really play on his play calling. And I'm not saying that it's totally overcame shoddy, but there were times, and again, we're not breaking down the stats. I'm sure someone will break it down. But at the end of the day, 7-9 is what I'm paying max for Aubrey. If they pay him 8, will I be mad? No, I won't. I'll move on. And especially if the Cowboys have the money. But anything over 8 million, I'll be pretty disappointed in it, I think.
And you mentioned it earlier, but we were chatting. And I think at the end of the day, if we come to September, the Cowboys have, $5 plus $10 million sitting in the bank, and they let Aubrey walk for $1 million difference. That's where I'd be like, but you're just sitting on the $1 million. You're sitting on 10 million.
You're saying if they have money left in the kitty at the end of free
if there's an argument over $1 million or $2 million difference, and then we get to the start of the season and they're sitting on 5 million. Sure, Ed, I know we can sign people. I wouldn't want to say no, we can't sign Aubrey because we might need to sign a fucking Jag.
Yeah. Actually, sorry. I was just going to say, is that second round tenure for next draft, not the 2026 draft?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not for the 2026 draft. It's for the 2027 draft then, right?
Maybe.
We'll take that, man.
Yeah.
We'll take that. Yeah. Cause he'll play if they match. I mean, maybe we should Google it. I'm going to talk like I'm talking like I know, but I don't.
Guess what?
Actually.
Out of studio and has no idea.
It takes a real man to admit when they don't 100% know.
Yeah, it happens. He's taking a look.
Ooh, it's the same year.
Okay.
So if a player signs an offer
sheet, yeah, then fuck you, Aubrey. Then let's go. Give me my Just kidding.
So all I was gonna say was that, like, okay, I mean that has nothing to do with the $2 million. Like, if they let him walk and they still have that thing, but we got a second round pick and they go ahead and they're able to sign Keontae Scott as a corner in the second round for that place for Aubrey.
Yeah, I mean,
or,
exactly.
So
It could
and
turn
still got
out-
a kicker and still got a top 10 kicker.
well, and again, this is what I was saying in our chat is like with.
Have we turned on Aubrey?
No.
No,
No, we've turned
no.
on greed. We've turned on agent greed. We
We've
haven't
turned
turned
on
on
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
No.
I want players to make as much as they can within that position group when it's going to affect the other things that we're needed to do. We have a we have half of a team we need to build, and those are the things that we need to be considering when we're looking at this as from a GM lens. And I think in terms of like a Brandon Aubrey and the way that we see, he didn't even set the record for the longest field goal kick. It was the guy from the Jags, the little guy or whatever. He did it twice last year. So I think with the new ball prep rules, you're going to see a lot of other
Only one count though. Only one count.
I know, but I'm just making a point in terms of like you're going to see.
You hate Brandon Aubrey.
I was the first one to buy into his jersey. I don't hate Brandon Aubrey at all.
You literally had a Brandon Aubrey jersey before it was cool to have a Brandon Aubrey jersey.
You should be arguing for a 7-year.
I want him. I want
$70 million contract, which I would do.
And I was.
That's better because you have you at least can fuck around with it for because it's not actually 10 million a year if it's over 7 years.
I was completely fine paying Aubrey over $8 million. I was thinking like 8.5, but until I started to hear talk about the Javonte thing, I'm like, oh no, yeah, you're right. Like, how does that make any sense? And then you get again, it's the shittiness of looking at what the pay scale, right? That
we don't even have the money, by the way. Well, at this, point.
We don't even. Yeah, exactly. They haven't even restructured. Like this is all hopeful. Right?
We are living in fantasy land.
We're playing Monopoly.
No, it's called Cowboys delusional fan state. We're in February. We're past we've been past season. We've been past season since our best 3 weeks of our lives.
That's right.
Yep.
And now we're back to delusion. So, okay, let's get the fuck off this Aubrey.
I love it.
What's
well,
next?
hey, it's gonna unravel. I think it's a lot more nice than what the news kind of came out and said. And unfortunately, you got a bunch of boners out there coming up with. That's why I got so maybe defensive about listening to people's opinion is because I've seen them all today.
Oh, dude,
I read every single fucking opinion today.
It's the now you can tell everybody's at the combine. It's like a fucking gossip. It's gossip world. All of these guys are at the combine. You're hearing shit. You're talking to players. You're hearing stuff from agents.
Did you hear?
Yeah, but I mean, like
you know what we call
Gandhi
that?
is ADD. Do you remember that show?
You know what we call that?
Gooping.
That's gooping.
That's gooping.
They're gooping.
That's gooping.
Can't hate people for gooping.
Yeah, that's gooping.
Well, I do want to transition. I'm going to throw two things at you at once.
Okay.
Because there's the NFL Combine coming up, and Dallas Cowboys it's in fact, I think players
tomorrow
are arriving.
Players have arrived. A lot of interviews are happening, and the actual combining starts tomorrow.
Yeah, so I got this little.
Are they on a field? They got they're combining the field tomorrow.
Don't get mad at me about the quality of this image. I would have made it.
I kind of liked. I liked the image when you shared it. I was like, okay.
No, but he's talking about the pixelation.
It's just like it's just how
I can't really tell. Okay, I got shades on.
Well, anyways, this gives us a nice little breakdown. So I'll look at the. There we go. Is it Wednesday today?
It's Wednesday.
I wish I could keep that up. But we're going to go to Thursday. So tomorrow, who starts?
Defensive tackles, defensive backs, and I'm trying to remember the other one. Linebackers.
Thursday, there's on-field workouts are place kickers, DLs, and LBs.
Okay.
They finish Friday.
Linebackers. That's a big day for us guys.
It is. Tomorrow and Friday is the linebackers, DLs, play and PK, I guess, place kickers.
Mm-hmm. Find that new Aubrey replacement.
Friday and Saturday is DBs and tight ends. Saturday and Sunday is running backs, QBs, wideouts.
Day off for everybody.
And then, Sunday and Monday is offensive linemen. Like in where they're working out, right? They're all there right now and talking, so that's where that information's coming from. But the Dallas Cowboys have a number of interviews scheduled, and so I'm going to pull that list up. Is there anyone that you guys saw on the list that you were super excited about or surprised?
Yeah, today they met with Caleb Downs today.
Did they? I didn't see
they
that.
did.
They got. They've met with Downs now.
Yeah.
Sweet. I mean, there we got all the Ohio State guys. We got to be if we somehow get one of the Ohio State defensive players. I'm talking Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, or Caleb Downs. If either of those guys falls to 12, you're
gooping.
Like and then we
Sorry,
get a
you're
pick
not
at
gooping,
20.
you're-
Like
you're
the draft's already an A if any of that happens, and then we still have a pick at 20. I don't care about the second or third round not being there if we get any of those 3 Ohio State defensive players, honestly.
What if you get 2 of those Ohio State players?
Hang on.
It's not going to happen.
I don't know how you do it, but if it did happen, that'd be exhilarating.
Yeah. It's funny. I mean, obviously you're doing your due diligence. I mean, when they meet with a guy like Caleb Downs, does that say to you, maybe he blows them away in the meeting and they start to say, well, do we trade? Do we go up the board for him?
I think guys, the way shit's going, I think Sonny Styles might go before Caleb Downs.
Sonny Styles goes before Caleb Downs falls for us at 12.
Yeah, I think I honestly, in my mind, that's starting to seem like a reality. And it's strictly by position. But I mean, linebacker and safety are both not very highly draft positional value players, but linebacker's still ahead of safety. And you got Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles who kind of fit similar roles, a little bit different because they're considering Arvell Reese as an edge player. But Sonny Styles is shooting up boards, man. At least at what we are hearing, right?
Yeah.
Like, do we know? I'm
You
not
can't
sure,
trust any of that.
I'm going to tell you this. The New York Giants are going to get one of those players.
Fuck, I know.
One of those players that we're liking, the Giants are going to get. And there's a chance that the Commanders also get one of the guys we really like. So it's going to be, the draft's fun this year for us because we got some options and the first day is going to be really fun.
Yeah, there's our first mock draft almost was like the worst case scenario for us, which I think that'll completely alter after this week. Like doing a mock next week is going to be really fun because AJ's going to spend a couple minutes here looking for who they met with. He's stressed out right now, but
he put it in AJ, you put it in our DMs.
Okay. You put it up in your.
I'll see it. You guys post it because I was reading and I said juicy to it.
So. Okay, so let's say Sonny Styles goes. Like,
so they met with Sonny Styles. They met with Arvell Reese,
and they met with Caleb Downs.
Guys,
and they met
today.
With
Yes,
Downs.
but that wasn't on the list. But they've met with all 3 of those guys so far. Yes, correct.
And they were heavily meeting with linebackers, obviously pre-workout. Obviously,
linebackers were up there. So linebackers were up there. Cornerbacks, they didn't meet with anyone, or they aren't meeting with anyone. So we kind of it's like they've either know the guy they're going to absolutely take, or cornerback's not a spot that they're going to take.
Does it fall? Does it fall in the line where possibly they think they have the cornerback and they're going to free agency a cornerback, and they're not?
It could, and it's also that spot where it's like maybe there's just one guy at 12 that you'll take that you don't even need to interview, and maybe you don't want to interview him because you don't want teams to be tipped off about it, right? So there's also that. There's a little bit. This is the thing. There's gamesmanship when it comes to these interviews because they interview guys that they won't have a chance at taking, right? So there's some gamesmanship when it comes to these interviews.
Yeah, like Caleb Downs could be one of them. You're just meeting with this person and you know that there's not an opportunity. If he's number 1 on your board, you're going to want to meet with the guy anyways. Like if you're ranking this guy and say, if there's an opportunity for us, because when the draft day actually comes and shit starts to move, do you pull a Kevin Costner and fucking go after Vontae Mack, right? Like that's start dangling.
Vontae Mack was a linebacker or a running back?
He was a linebacker.
Linebacker, right?
Yeah, Vontae Mack was like based off of Khalil Mack. Right. Is kind of who and then they also got the running back though in all the moves that fucking Sonny was making.
That's what it was, right?
So Sonny made all those moves for linebackers, and they didn't want him to take a linebacker, but because he was able to get them King's ransom of players, it was good. I'm gonna fucking watch draft day this week for sure.
Draft day lore.
We're
getting adds draft day lore. But when it comes back to the interviews,
the
you
Cowboys.
gotta, this is what you got to. Well, AJ's playing something. What you got to do is you got to go back and look at who they interviewed the last few years.
Oh, right.
And who they ended up drafting out of those guys. I know. I'm pretty sure they interviewed Tyler Booker last year. I want to say the year that they took Tyler Smith, they interviewed him. So there is. I remember going back and looking at this one season.
We did do that. I think last year.
Coming up with the determination that it does matter a little bit, but there's still gamemanship.
Okay, AJ's back. AJ, welcome back to the stream.
Well, this is one thing I thought of doing, and why it pissed me off, because I thought I had found a master list. Because what I want to do is, sure, the Dallas Cowboys are looking at C.J. Allen, or have an interview with C.J. Allen. Who the fuck else is interviewing C.J. Allen? I want to know.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Right?
Yeah, and you did do that, didn't you?
I did, but not a lot of teams have released it yet, so it might come after. But the nice thing about Cowboys is they
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
They love
Crack 'em
to
if you got
show off.
Yeah.
They love to show off the new paint job.
Yep.
You know, before it's dried. So here is our list of confirmed meetings.
I'm glad it shows the sources too.
Well, I forced it to.
Okay, good.
And this is from Grok, so I'm hoping it's as accurate as it can be. But yeah, this is our list. It's actually quite a long list as I scroll down here, because I believe
they get 30. They get 30.
And don't they get hometown
Yep.
hometown boys additionally as well?
Correct. Yes, you're right.
So I think they can like really, because obviously Texas is such a big football state. They get a lot of dudes
So they say.
for free. But there is some interest, and there's some informal meetings. There is some interesting stats here from this, though. And we can look at individual players, but I'll just drop these to you guys real quick. So 45% of the interviewees are linebackers, so 10 of them. 6 are edge
For Dallas.
rushers.
These are all Dallas.
All Dallas. 8 are edge or defensive ends, 36%. And defensive tackles or interior DLs are 4. So there's not a cornerback that has been on their list, or a safety. How do you feel about that?
Well, until today, Ad said they did interview Caleb Downs today. So this just might not be updated, but that'd be one DB basically.
Yeah, this would I probably maybe that was announced after, because I did ask it to be accurate. But
Yeah, I guess whenever it depends. I just saw them. I saw it post on like a Dallas Cowboys news site that the Cowboys have formally met with Caleb Downs. But I mean, I think like if you're looking at it and it tells you like you have 2 positions that you're going for, they're obviously ranking the linebacker and the edge far more important than the corners. They're probably fine with their corners, and from that. From this type of report, they're probably going to target safety and free agency. Reed Blankenship's probably already packing his bag and becoming a Dallas Cowboy, possibly.
That'd be okay.
Minka Fitzpatrick becoming a Dallas Cowboy. Maybe they're fine with Malik Hooker.
And there was another thing. Sorry. Then I broke down just to look at where are these players projected, because if they're talking to a lot of 2nd round and 3rd round picks, that's interesting.
Are they gonna trade back then?
I don't. It's just like, it's interesting. Why would you talk to a I mean, you do your due diligence in case you want to use your 20th pick on a high 2nd rounder, because you
Totally.
don't, right. So
at that 20, we talked about this before. Do you at 20? Do you go best player that's available on the board, or do you pick the player that's available, the best player available on your board for the position that you need? So if CJ Allen is rated higher, that is not going to typically be a 20th pick, and maybe you could have got him later in the 1st round or high 2nd. You need that guy and you like him, you pick CJ Allen.
If you think it'd be your BPA, your personal BPA board, but it's interesting here. You can see the list. I don't really need to go through it, but they have quite a range. Obviously, focusing heavily on the top 32 picks. You got 2 picks, so you're gonna like go through those guys. And what I really noticed is 4. Well, I didn't notice, but Grok pulled this out for me. 4 of the.
But
top,
you noticed from Grok's information.
I read it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I could have done this myself too, by the way. I just didn't want to.
Hey, we don't have to act like we got to use AI as a tool. We have to.
It is a tool.
It's just the way it is.
It's being like, yeah, I could dig that trench with my hands.
Yeah, no.
But I'm going to
use an excavator.
Or the excavator. Okay, 4 of the top 6 overall prospects.
Correct
if you got them. In Daniel Jeremiah's top 50 are on the Cowboys list. So they're looking at the number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6 pick. So I throw
and that might have jumped up, because Ad was right. I read that they interviewed Jeremiah Love and Caleb Downs today.
Very true. So this list must have been before, like I think around noon I did it or something. So it's probably missing.
Oh
some-
yeah, dude.
But let's just even add those guys on. So for me, with the 12th pick, all of those guys have low probability that they would reach the 12th pick.
Right.
So they're interviewing them knowing that we're wasting an interview on a guy who's probably not going to be there for 12. Interesting.
Right.
Does it signal that they are going to move up? No. But I think it signals they would.
Yep.
I liked what you. Hey, I didn't. That's a good way to look at that. You're right. That maybe they are. Maybe they're seeing if there is a guy that's worth possibly moving up. Interesting.
That's what I was talking about with. That's what I was talking about with Caleb Downs.
Ant starts baiting.
Ant is baiting right now.
Hey, look at this.
Well, we
Can't
can't
see where my arm is.
we can't see it. It's like, Ants, wait a second. You went to the other camera angle by accident.
Here, 1 sec. Let me give you my other camera angle. 1 second here.
Well, look at how bad this other camera angle is.
Let me give you my one camera angle here. Give me a second.
Oh, 1990 Ant?
Well, this is what I also hate is like a lot of these fucking people who go to these events. They show up on I know. Like invest a little bit. Like Ant's using an iPhone.
It's not even investing. It's just Bluetooth my phone to my laptop.
Yeah.
Ant's using the latest iPhone, which you can definitely tell the camera quality is far better than his. This is actually better than your 16 when you were doing this. I have the 17 as well. So
this is my 16.
You got a 17.
This is a 16. No, I don't. This is a 16.
Whoa,
Dipshit.
the 16 did that. Hey, nice.
Dipshit.
13, I meant, is what you had before.
I feel more comfortable with this though.
Yeah, right. It's like you went analog. Ant's filming on a mini DV camera.
Okay, but back to the pre-draft picks. I like that kind of theory that the Cowboys are maybe looking at a player to move up to, because those guys are guys that Bain is out of reach. Arvil Reese is out of reach to me. Sonny Styles I'm starting to think is out of reach for us. And Caleb Downs, who they just interviewed today, he might be their only guy.
But so yeah, you look at that. There's not, even though there's 12, there's still a lot of offensive players that are going to go ahead of the Cowboys pick. So I think there's a couple of teams ahead of us that they could go one of those linebackers, but they could also go one of these fucking wide receivers. The Giants could use Mekhi Lemon instead of Caleb Downs, right? Like you don't know what they're going to go. I mean, it's
we don't know any.
We don't know anything. But all I'm saying is that
they could go Ty Simpson.
Yeah, fuck. If Sonny Styles trending up other people's boards is still good for us, I feel. If someone is going to take Sonny Styles up higher, that just means someone else is going to fall a bit further back.
Back to what I said. If somehow the Cowboys get any 3 of those Ohio State defensive players,
we're happy.
We don't even care about the 20th pick. We're popping champagne. We're doing screech shots. We're having drip shotguns. Like we're having draft day's great if that happens.
And post draft, a conversation I want to have, because right now I think it's way too far. But if Downs does move up the board, like and is projected at 6th, let's say, and Reese
Styles.
No, Downs. Styles, whatever.
Okay.
Let's say all 3 of those guys are in this top 6 projection. They all move up after the combine to be top 6, which they might be on some people's lists. Would you, and you're going to trade up for Downs, would you not add a little more spice if Reese is available too, and then just trade up for Reese too? Like if Downs and Reese are a difference of 3 picks on a projection board because they all perform very well, and you're going to move up for Downs, well, okay, just a question. Why would you not move up a little bit more for Reese if that's also available?
Because we're dealing in the Cowboys could value Downs as still a better player than Reese is, right?
I feel
so
like
if you figure you could trade up to say the 6th or 7th spot and save a round on the pick that you have to give up, or like instead of giving your 20th, you could kind of make something work. You might not go for Reese. And again, this is still a lot of speculative stuff from us. Free agency is going to tell us a lot.
Yes, 100%.
Like what the Cowboys do in free agency. If the Cowboys go out and sign, I think AJ in his little mock free agency period last week, he took Devin Lloyd and N'Kobe Dean.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys do that, then you're like, okay, well, they're not drafting Sonny Styles.
How
I feel.
I still also disagree though. They like you can't. I think you're going to get those guys, but I still think that if they did that and we ended up drafting Sonny Styles, would you be upset? No, you're adding depth to that position.
But I think it's more likely than they would move up to get a Caleb Downs.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Because then if they move up and you dangle something, you got those 2 first-round picks. Let's say you do make a move with the Browns and you get like a 39th pick in the second round and you move further back, you could still get a solid linebacker. You could get Golday, you could get CJ Allen, you could get Josiah Trotter, you could get
Jacob Rodriguez.
You could get Jacob Rodriguez, exactly, a guy that they actually met.
Anthony Hill.
So it's telling on some of these guys that they're meeting. And it's like you're meeting with a bunch of these guys that are like mid to late second round.
I also
like second round this year is actually there's some really good guys in second round. Sorry.
No, I actually heard another theory of you trade up with your first round pick and you trade back with your you trade up with your first round and you trade back with your second round, and obviously you got to combo your first round with something else, but that could work too. Then you go up, you get your top 5 dude, and then you drop back and maybe get a second and a third or something like that. If you
the funniest thing I hear is people bitching that we don't have a second and third round pick this year. It's like, guys,
there's 2 firsts.
That's Quinnen Williams.
Yep.
And a second first round pick.
Yep.
And George Pickens.
Yep. It's funny because
we have 2 first round picks, Quinnen Williams and George Pickens. That seems like a pretty goddamn good haul.
It's a good draft.
You know,
that's true. That's the way you got to look at it. And
you
also,
can't look at it as like, oh, the Cowboys don't have a second and third. It's like they have 2 first rounds and then a couple ball and ass players.
I am on the board of like, if you give me a certain dude who's in that Javonte Williams, George Pickens age, I would trade a first round pick for a guy like that straight up because I know that he's performed well in the NFL. If I needed that position, you know, I would.
If Max Crosby was still 25, 26 years old with the production he has,
yes,
and the Cowboys could trade 12 for him, sure, fucking rights, let's do it.
Yeah, because then we're still up. We're still
cooking.
You're still up.
I got to take a leak.
Okay, you go have your league. We're going to be getting to when Ant gets back here. We made a little
Can we do a behind baseball here while Ant's going for pee? Could you just not? So you're full screen there. So I could try to do some stuff, but it will completely screw things up. Can you just go like, just don't go full screen? Can you go? Are you not able?
I can do that.
Just like you go full browser.
No, I can't.
Go back to full screen.
It's
I'll fuck with it. I got it.
I can't zoom in like I normally can.
I got it. Don't worry. I'll fix it here, buddy.
Just make a we just save it as a. Anyways, I'm going to go back because I just gave away our first pick. Damn it!
No one was paying attention.
No one was paying attention.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing our top draft prospects for 2026. We actually did this 2 weeks ago, and so I think everything still makes sense. And a lot of these guys, how we looked at these prospects from the SEC, by the way, top draft prospects from the SEC for the 2026 NFL draft. How we looked at these were we wanted to kind of pick guys who the Dallas Cowboys would have potential of drafting. So like we didn't just pick all of the round 1 SEC players. Obviously, they're the top draft picks. These are relevant to the Dallas Cowboys draft picks that they have available. So as soon as Adam gets that, it's almost done, and Ant's done. He shook his little worm.
Little's for sure a description I'd use to talk about my little worm.
Strong, little bit strong. There we go.
Okay. SEC top draft prospects 2026.
So I forget who's, but when you see your guys, you can just start talking, and we know who we
kind of forget. Well, I kind of forget too, but let's do it.
Mansour Delany.
That's my guy, Delane, Mansour Delane, a guy that not necessarily someone we talked about when we were first talking about players, but cornerback. I know the Cowboys haven't interviewed anyone at that position for their pre-draft picks, but none of us would be mad if the Cowboys took a cornerback at 12. Crack me if you got him, AJ. The thing I like about Delane is he's maybe not the biggest guy, like 6 foot, 190 is pretty average for a cornerback, but the dude just plays with so much fight, and the Cowboys are missing that on defense. He's the anti-Trevon Diggs. He's the opposite of Trevon Diggs. If I have a cornerback, I want somebody that's not scared to get up and make some plays. So
10 stops.
He played. Pardon?
10 stops.
Yeah.
For a
so
cornerback?
he's an absolute beast. He's aggressive. He's versatile and competes in coverage and run support. That's what we want. We don't want a guy who is only there to have splash plays. Splash plays are great, but you also need to be able to go up and tackle the guy at the line of scrimmage. That's what I want in my CBs.
0 penalties against and 0 touchdowns against.
Nice.
So that's it, and that's another crazy stat. So a dude, he had no touchdowns thrown on him against last year in the SEC. He was only 1 year at LSU, but while he was there, he didn't have a single penalty committed against him, and he didn't have a single touchdown thrown against him. And the SEC, you're known to play against the best college competition in the United States. So he went to LSU and balled the shit out. And he's climbed up draft boards, and he might not even be there at 12. He might be the first cornerback taken off the board. And cornerbacks have very high positional draft value on day one. So the Cowboys might not even have a chance to draft him, but if they did get him at 12, I would not be upset. He's a baller and would fit a day one starter for the Dallas Cowboys if they got him.
I also like seeing 7 pass breakups.
Yep.
That is, that's sexy. That's real.
They stopped throwing at him. They got to the point that they just stopped throwing at him. They just went away from his side. They're like, you know what? And he still had stats.
He only had 35 targets on the season, only 14 receptions against them.
How crazy is that? Think of that. 35 targets over a 12-game season.
And he's not going up, like you mentioned. This is the SEC. He's not just going up. Yeah.
Top tier. This is top tier college football talent.
Yeah, 90%, 90.7 for coverage, 90 overall for defense. His run defense is still in the green. His pass rushing's whatever, so he's not blitzing. He's not going to put.
But even at 66.4,
it's good. Yeah,
pass rush,
totally.
We had some defensive ends who
weren't even like that. Yeah, I agree.
If he's there and everyone's talking about Jermod McCoy, if both those guys were sitting at 12, I'm taking Delane.
Delani, don't care how you say it. Welcome to the team.
Mansoor.
MD, we're taking you at 12, and I would be happy about it.
Okay, so Jermod McCoy, I put him on my list mainly because this was a couple weeks ago that we didn't, and it's like, listen, none of us are really talking about. We're talking about him, but we haven't broken him down because we want to see what he's going to do at the combine. So he is rated very high. Didn't obviously play last year with his injury. He has a natural feel for the football. Really great timing. Very comfortable in that man coverage and competes vertically. So he is a playmaker. You look at his 2024 tape. This guy is shutting people down. Had he played in 2025 and he put up the numbers that he did in 2024, I mean, this guy is like there would be no contention about him going number 1, right?
He'd be a top 5 pick.
He's a top 5 pick. Again, the biggest thing with him, he is damaged goods, and we don't want to put more damaged goods into our cornerback room. We have all of our cornerbacks were injured. I just don't feel comfortable with it. So that's a very, very large negative to me, unfortunately. But he is comfortable playing the football in the air, tracks deep shots well, and shows timing at the catch point. Legit interception upside. So this guy is a ball hawk. And his size, 6 foot 190. He does fit that kind of modern boundary cornerback role, but he can slide into those slot sub packages. So we heard Christian Parker talking about having that nickel guy who can go into the box. He can go into a safety. He could play outside coverage. Could Jermod McCoy be that guy who is transitioning around the field if he shows well up in workout? Possibly. I mean, there is very large upside. It is just like, oh fuck. Did I just get an injury risk here, right?
We need to see what he does at the combine, which is this week. So he's a guy that, if he has a good combine and he plays well and runs fast in his 40, looks good in agility drills, tracks the football nicely, he's going to possibly pass the guy I was just talking about, Delane. Like if McCoy can show out at the combine and show that he's not hurt and has a good pro day, he could still climb into the top 10.
Yep.
I think the interesting thing, including McCoy with these top cornerbacks, is they all just have really 1 year of quality production.
Yep.
You even look at Hood. Hood showed up to fill in for McCoy, and that was his kind of sole. I'm not saying they didn't play football, but they had these standout years or their coming of age years, and there's only one of them for Delaney, McCoy, Hood.
Yeah, well, and again, it's telling.
Maybe that's normal.
He's ranked number 2 on PFF and Draft Buzz, even without having tape in 2025. So
only knock on him.
That just shows how good he had 2024 or 2024 season was.
Only knock on McCoy here compared to Delaney or Delane. I'm just gonna keep saying it however I want. Is the 8 penalties that McCoy got?
Yeah,
2024. But that's
how many my boy got last year?
0.
Well, technically, McCoy got 0 last year too, didn't he?
No, that's true. If we're looking just at 2025, even split. All right, hey, the other Tennessee
Vol.
boy, Colton Hood, 6'4", 195. He's the nephew of Roderick Hood. That's why you got that little blood splotch. That's a bloodline pick right there if they pick him up. Roderick Hood had 15 career interceptions. He's a 2-time transfer, so he redshirted in Auburn, moved over to Colorado with Coach Saunders. So maybe there's that little connection with prime time. He held Tet McMillan to just 5 catches and 38 yards that season in the game that they played. And then he moved to Tennessee where he had 50 tackles, 1 pick six, 1 fumble recovery, and a touchdown and 8 pass breakups.
I like that stat line there because you could see guys are challenging him and he's delivering. He has those tackles. He has almost double the amount of tackles. Maybe not double. He has a quarter more tackles than Delane, and McCoy.
Yeah, I mean, we don't ever want to rely on your cornerback to be the tackler, but they need to be able to tackle as we've experienced with the Cowboys. You got to have a guy who's willing to put his shoulder down, you know. 4.4 speed, fluid hips and feet, loves to press. He's got impressive diagnostics. He's competitive, versatile in the coverage schemes, and he's got that closing burst where he can hurt players physically and potentially mentally.
Where's he expected to go?
He's kind of floating around.
He's
in like
early
4th
second.
and 5th. Yeah, early
second, I think.
4th or 5th cornerback depth.
Yeah. Him and Keontae Scott are like right by each other.
Could sneak into the first round, possibly late first round, early second kind of guy.
If there's a run on cornerback.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit of a reach if the Cowboys took him at 20, but if you don't have another pick till the 4th round, then it isn't much of a reach to get a guy that you need.
You may trade back if you think about him.
Let's do this right now. Who are the cornerbacks right now? Delane, I'm
McCoy,
saying one. McCoy, Terrell.
Yep.
Then it's either
and then Hood.
Then it's Hood
or Scott.
Or Scott.
Hood or Scott.
Yeah. So they're in that tier. Okay. Terrell's kind of in a gray tier between tier A and tier B, and then Hood which Hood may move up to tier A. He's on that cusp too.
So. I like how Boots told you guys how to pronounce it. Boots. He's always going to be called Delaney. It doesn't matter how. If he gets drafted and he's on the Cowboys for 10 years, well, the Can Fan show's going, he's probably going to get called Delaney a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got to Delaney from looking at how his name's spelled.
Because I pronounce vowels. I pronounce vowels like the Spanish, which I don't know why Boots doesn't understand. Like, it's Delaney. He's got an E at the end. You pronounce the E.
Delani.
No. Okay. Delane.
Delani.
Oh God. We're gonna go from Delani to what did he? Delon.
Delude.
MD.
Okay.
I'm calling him Mansour. That's the better name, anyways. Coming back to Hood here, he's green. He's a little bit of a run support liability. He's only had the one full season of being a starter. His short game is better than his long game, so he's better up front in between, say, the 20-yard line and the line of scrimmage than past the 20-yard line, which is that a teaching thing? He can get handsy. He started wearing glasses with the Vols, and you look back in his previous 2 seasons, he doesn't. Yeah, he totally did the reverse glow up.
Right.
Where he puts the glasses on, now he's prestigious. So I don't know if he's trying to Clark Kent us or is his eyesight actually getting worse. I think he's Clark Kenting us, but
he is, yeah.
Okay.
It's like in Not Another Teen Movie when she comes out and the chick's obviously good looking, but she has a ponytail, or glasses, and
paint on
coveralls. He's like, oh,
what a gross.
She's got a ponytail and glasses.
Yeah, that's
And
hilarious.
then he's like, here, takes her glasses off, undoes her hair, and she's like a fucking 10.
A 10.
Yeah, Not Another Teen
Classic.
Movie is hilarious.
Anthony Hill Jr.
Not only do we share the same first name, but man, he's a Texas guy. If Anthony Hill Jr. at first, at least during the season and even last year, he was my pick that I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to take in the first round. And I still wouldn't be mad if the Cowboys took Anthony Hill Jr. at 20. I still wouldn't be upset because he's a dude he's a true off-ball linebacker. If the ball's going to the left or to the right, he has the speed and athleticism to get there. He's sideline to sideline. He flies. The guy, he's probably one of the most athletic people on the field at all times. So I wouldn't be upset if the Cowboys took him at 20. If they don't get Sonny Styles at 12 and they ended up going with Anthony Hill Jr. at 20, I'd be stoked. I'd be super happy. A lot of people would maybe call it a reach. He's projected right now, I think, as the 5th linebacker. He's got a few guys ahead of him, but he would be a day one starter for the Dallas Cowboys. He's way better than anything they have on their roster. And we get caught up in lists that everyone makes, right? At 20, if you pick a guy that's going to start from day one, do you care?
No.
What anyone else projected him as long as he's going to start day one and be a lot better than what you had on the team last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's what it is at the end of the day. If you can go ahead and draft if the BPA at 20 was a wide receiver and your arguments always draft BPA, it's like, well, would you? And you know, let's say George Pickens is signed or franchise. It's like, no, because he's not going to hit the field, especially if Anthony Hill Jr. is there and he's not the BPA, then you would take him. So BPA always, except when it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Or trade back if CJ Allen and Anthony Hill Jr. are on the board and you can trade back and gain a 2nd or 3rd round pick and get either of those guys, then why the hell not? If your only negative is that you play with too much speed sometimes, is that really a negative when you're coming from college football? No, all that says to me is this guy can be coached. This guy could be coached to control his speed.
Overshown insurance.
And you can see up here.
Yeah, and an overshown teammate.
Yeah.
And they both wear 0.
Ooh. If Anthony Hill Jr.'s there, and that's the ones, again, we talk about not having these 2nd round picks. Of course, it sucks not having the 2nd round pick. But if you could trade back and get this guy, I'd be super ecstatic.
You're booshin'.
We're booshin'. Look at his stats. Guy's a beast.
You have one. Your last comment there is he can overrun. He can get overrun on plays and can get caught out.
Just talked about that.
Right.
I just said
You said
his only weakness is he's too fast.
Oh, sorry. He can overrun plays. I thought
read the rest of it.
I know. I read it as he could get ran over because he's too small. That's for some reason that's how I read it. But yes, I get it now.
Too small. He's 6'3".
I know.
Up here is where I show, and these may have changed slightly, but that's where he's projected the number 5 linebacker on NFL Buzz or 37 overall, and the number 4 on PFF or 40 overall.
Yeah, because right now, guys that they have ahead of them, they have CJ Allen, Sonny Styles, and it depends what you call Arvell Reese. Like Arvell Reese to me is an edge, but they have him as line. He's like Arvell Reese is a Micah Parsons.
He's included in that.
They're calling him a linebacker, but he's not really. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that they got to figure that out. Pass rusher, Josiah Trotter.
Another bloodline pick. So right now, natural feel for the football with strong timing at the catch point, comfortable in man coverage and competes vertically. Playmaker upside is real. Didn't play in 2025. What? This is the wrong. This is not it.
Yeah, it is.
No. This is.
We'll read. It says bloodline pick.
The last one is the right one. Bloodline pick. Father's Jeremiah Trotter.
Is this yours?
Yeah, this is mine, and I must have double. This is Jermon McCoy's stuff. Bloodline pick. When I started reading the natural field for football, I'm like, that's not him. Fuck. Okay,
make it up.
Go to the next one.
Start off with the bloodline pick.
So bloodline pick. Father's Jeremiah Trotter Sr. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's a linebacker. He's played 12 seasons in the in the NFL. He wasn't an Eagle. And then his brother Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was drafted to the Eagles in 2024. So there is football pedigree in this guy's thing. Another point that happened is the Cowboys just actually met with him. I got my picks here. I'll just read it off of here.
Don't worry, I'll just make this super big so it takes up all of the.
What the fuck was I doing there? Hey?
You're into the weed. You were weeded out. You were in green hell. Were you in green hell when you made these?
Okay, so quick diagnosis and decisive downhill trigger. He's rarely out of position versus the run. He is a true linebacker mentality. Good athlete, not elite, may project as a steady rather than dynamic, not a sideline-to-sideline missile like our boy Anthony Hill Jr. that was just on the board. His athletic ceiling may limit him in spread-heavy NFL systems, so this is my negative point. But he does process quickly. He diagnoses the run concepts pre-snap and triggers downhill with decisiveness. That's what I kind of talked about up above. He can rarely be caught off flat. He could be rarely caught flat-footed, and he has good strike timing and wrap-up technique. He is a very reliable tacker. And
he's the epitome of bloodline pick, honestly. Like he's not only is his brother in the NFL, but his dad was amazing in the NFL. So he's got the genes.
If he was a Game of Thrones family, where is he? Is he a Targaryen?
Ooh.
Is he?
Well, okay, so both his brother and dad are Eagles. So I'm going.
He's
Lannister.
Yeah.
You know, he's Eagles flying on dragons.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I was gonna say. Because of Lannister? I was gonna say more of like
just because I hate
North.
the Lannisters.
Okay, he's tough like a North.
No, I'm not saying the Eagles are No, sorry, never. The Eagles are the shitty family.
Yeah,
they're a shitty family with no loyalty. And
wildlings. Yeah, the
despicable.
Lannisters. Yeah,
disgusting wildlings.
Yeah, he's a Lannister.
Okay.
Would you be mad if they broke tradition and Josiah Trotter was actually drafted to the Cowboys?
He's I think he's that spot where without that second or third pick, he's good. That's where he's a day 2 guy by the looks of it.
Yeah. So
without the Cowboys shaking and moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Shaking and moving.
He was one of the guys that I was going to adjust off of my board because I was saying he's a second round pick, and then that's when Wage was saying, well, we should be talking about guys that the Cowboys have a chance to draft. And he's one of those guys where it's like, okay, they're possibly doing their due diligence in case they do end up moving back and gaining a second round or a third round pick.
Yeah, I think also can I be the anti
I'm not voting for him anyways. Yeah,
no, we're just looking at, we're having a look at him. That's all.
If we don't talk about day 2 and 3 picks or day 2 picks, when anyone's being drafted on day 2, we're going to be like, who the fuck is anyone? Because the Cowboys. So we have to still, I think, look at day 2 picks so that on draft day, when Trotter gets drafted or an Anthony Hill gets drafted or any of these guys get drafted, at least we have something to fucking talk about.
That's 3 weeks from now, though, when we start to do when we're trying to figure out what we're going to be doing research. We're researching the Sahara part of our draft show.
But
right?
a day two pick shouldn't be the Sahara.
No.
If you have a guy that's a day 2 pick,
it's those third round guys that you just don't see us taking that we will probably look at.
And when the Cowboys trade back and get a third day pick, we want to know who
oh my god, who are we picking? Oh my god! But look at his run. Good. His coverage sucks, but his run defense is good. He's your tackler. He's your tackle.
He's
guy.
He's a one down linebacker.
Yeah. He could show up there, or if the Cowboys trade back, he could be a good option. Same with this guy here, C.J. Allen, 6'1", 235, linebacker out of Georgia. He's technically a little small, but with the 235 pounds, that is not small. That's a nice
compact,
a nice compact size. He was part of that 8 overtime game versus Georgia Tech, and he finished with a career high 10 stops in 2024, mostly probably due to that game. He was a finalist for the Lot Impact Trophy, the Butkus and Bednarik Awards, and awarded the SEC Coaches All SEC First Team, and he served on 2 SEC Leadership Councils. So he loves football. He's in the running for a lot of awards, and he's also on the Leadership Council. So I've always for a linebacker, someone who has that, like Kuechly is one of my favorite linebackers of modern day era. that played on a shitty team because of how fucking smart and cerebral he was and what he could do.
He went to a Super Bowl.
He did. Yeah, I know. I just always have the Panthers at like they're always like a bottom floor team, and even though
But he was one of the reasons. He was one of the reasons they went to a Super Bowl. Also,
with the reason,
right? Like
the point just being, a guy who may be not the best football player, but has a mind. And I'm not saying that Kuechly wasn't the best football player, but you can get away with a lot if you can think faster than other people on the field. It's a big benefit to you and can make you a better football player. Don't know if that's what CJ Allen has in him, but he certainly has a catalog of awards and prestige honors already, which is nice.
And based out of the SEC, so that holds some weight.
And one of our linebacker coaches coached him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have that connection.
There's that connection. So he fills gaps before blocks get there. He's got that textbook wrap and finish technique, sideline to sideline guy, good instincts, natural communicator, which is what I'm talking. I want to see him out there. Hey, get down the line, move on, just freaking out. And his ball awareness improved for his coverage. Okay, so he's obviously, you can see in his PFF ranking there, 55 coverage. He's not necessarily going to be good against anyone who decides to, run a slant or something. So he's got to work on that. He's got stiff hips. Quality PA renders him flat-footed. Play action, like he can get stuck in that play action. He lacks pop and physicality to shed big blockers. His coverage needs work, as I said, and he's not a high-value playmaker, meaning he makes plays, but he's not.
AJ, you're making me not sold on him.
I have to give you the negatives. It's important.
Okay. It is. You're
because
right.
I could sit here and jerk him off all day, but what we need to do. The thing is, he'll make the plays, and I disagree with that last one because he did have 2 big forced fumbles made, but he's not making the game-changing plays or the plays in the moment that change him. Now, considering he was on Georgia and the quality of team that Georgia has, were other people getting there before he could? I don't know. But those are the things. All those negatives included, I always look at negatives and go, okay, is it something that coach could teach?
Yep.
Yes. If it's a physical trait, like he's slow, okay, I don't know you can't teach him to be faster. Maybe you teach him to run faster for the 40-yard line in the combine, but really, at this point, your speed's your speed, right? So anything that's mental or him being caught by play action or him maybe needing help on coverage, those are things that can be taught.
Right.
Less worried about them. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Stiff hips. If he's got stiff hips, they're going to be stiff hips. He can do a lot of yoga, but that's something that he's going to have to work on more on the mental side of things.
You go from
he's still projected first-round pick, though. He's projected to go late first round, so he's still better than mine and Ad's prospect.
Yeah, he's not a reach at number. If you have you're at 20, no one's trading back with you, and you pick CJ Allen.
Yeah,
it's not a bad pick. You get Mansour Delany. You get Mansour Delane.
Said it wrong.
You get Mansour Delane at number 12, and then you pick CJ Allen up at number 20. I don't think any of us will be that mad. Ants will be.
If we get any of the guys we've talked about as our first, year, with the 2 first-round picks, if we don't hit on any of the guys we want in these first 2 picks,
we are fucked.
Because we're covering it good now. We all have our own picks. We have our own guys we want to talk about. If we don't hit on any of these guys,
I also feel maybe it's just like everyone's growing, but it definitely feels like the coverage I'm watching from other people is improving as well, which really helps.
True.
I don't have the ability to I don't have a football team that I watch during the college season, or we don't really get a lot of college football games. I'm not invested in it. So the people who are, it feels like there's a lot more coverage coming out about these guys. And so I feel like, a rising tide lifts all ships, as it were.
I just mean like last year when Tyler Booker got picked and we did not think we were taking a guard. We didn't even talk. We didn't even talk about Tyler Booker at all. I just want at least one of our 2 picks to be somebody that we talked about extensively so that when they get picked, we're happy.
Draft Wizards.
And we can repost that pick.
And I'm still happy with the Booker pick last year. We didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and try to say this name, AJ. But this is not AJ. This is your guy.
Jalen Kilgore.
This is
Hey, you nailed it. Yeah,
Ant.
this is Jalen Kilgore. And the only reason I took him because we do need a safety at some point. If the Cowboys don't get Caleb Downs in the first round, a guy like Jalen Kilgore could step into that spot. And you'll notice a thing that I've been taking with the 3 SEC people that I've taken, the guys I've taken, they're physical.
Yeah.
Right. Jalen Kilgore, he brings physicality and instincts. He just knows where the ball's going. He knows where the play is going. And that allows him to use his physical attributes to make a play. He tacks downhill, tackles with authority, and plays with that edge that you want in a safety. Read that sentence, guys. That second point, if you could just have that as a description as your safety, is that not a dude you want to draft?
Yeah, totally.
He's tough.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's not an elite deep range guy, so you're not going to expect him to be back there getting 4 or 5 interceptions a season, but he's going to help you on those first and second down runs. He's going to help with the run game, which was the Cowboys' biggest flaw last year, but he can still get back and play a little bit of coverage. Coverage grade is not great. It's only 65.3 from PFF, but the other grades that he has down the board, this guy's a player. He's going to be good. He's going to be a hitter. He's going to be physical. Might not start year 1, and the Cowboys might not get a chance. He might not fall to the 4th round, but if the Cowboys get a chance to take this guy in a second or third round, if they make some trades, he would help this team substantially. He's a very good player, tough guy. And this is my one thing that any player we're going to look at when we go and look at, say, the Big Ten and all these other, the ACC and all these other divisions in football. I'm always going to be looking for dudes that are tough and physical.
Boots on the ground.
My biggest trait.
That's what Boots on the Ground saying. Anth wants a player with the mean streak.
Mean streak. I want the tough guys. I want the guys that are going to hit you in the fucking face and then laugh at you. And all 3 guys that I've looked at the SEC, they do
nasty.
And what's interested here with Kilgore is he's the first player we've seen this large spread where NFL Draft Buzz has him ranked number 10 overall and number 10 for his group, and then 113 overall, and PFF number 20 for his group and 154 overall. So if he gets to that, yep,
because they're rating guys on different things. One outfit's looking at him as a coverage safety, and the other's looking at him as a fucking smash you in the face guy.
Roger.
Well, I'm just saying if he at 154, that is a chance for a 4th round pick for the Cowboys, right?
Yep. And I would love it. Honestly, Ad might have to fight. Me and Ad might have to fight over Bud Clark or
that's the
Jalen Kilgore, but I'd be happy with either of them, to be honest.
But that's the difference with Bud Clark and Jalen Kilgore. Bud Clark's not going to be available in the 4th round. Bud Clark's going to be high 3 or late 2s at most. I don't like Bud.
I think those guys. I think they're handcuffed.
Yep.
I think if Clark or Kilgore goes up, then the next guy moves up too.
Is the second best of that rating. Yeah.
But if we're just going on names, Bud Clark, Jalen Kilgore, I like them both.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They both got great names.
Both great names.
And if say they were both there in the 4th round and Bud Clark got taken, I'd be just as happy. So
here's a show me the money because I didn't have I didn't have it open.
Show me the money!
Pack Attack with a $5 super chat. It's been a minute, fellas. Hey, barring any injuries, it should have been my Packers versus the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well,
no comment.
Hey, if my auntie had a dick, she'd be my uncle. So.
Hey, Pack Attack. All comments aside, great to hear from you, my dude. Glad to hear.
Yeah, thank you, and we appreciate it. Yeah, Pack Attack, appreciate you. You got to be around here because we got Brent Packer guy in here. He's kind of our resident Packer fan, so you guys got to get in here to double team us.
Yeah. Pack Attack does come in and double teams us a decent amount of time.
We want you to double team us 3.
Appreciate the love there.
I think that's an orgy.
Yeah, it is.
So Kedrick Falk, I mean, don't be taken off guard. Don't be taken off guard from his video gamer profile pic here.
Why is he going?
So and the internet might attack you for picking him, Ad. The internet is not sold on this, and
so this is
sell us, Ad.
Okay, so part of this exercise is this: one, we're looking at SEC guys, right? That's the
That's
part of this,
true.
right? 2, it's a guy that I wasn't really excited about when we picked him. So I said, "Oh, let me deep dive into him. Let me see what we have." And just because we're putting them up for tribute doesn't mean we're actually wanting him, right?
Right.
But Kedrick Falk, let's take a look at him for a second. He's 6'6", 285 pounds, so he's a big boy.
That's huge.
He is your prototypical run stopper, right? So his size and heavy hands and strength he has there to set that edge. He does win through contact more than speed, so he's not a fast guy. And he is projected to be an every down defensive end, so rarely comes off the field. He's more linear than flexible. He doesn't really know how to bend that corner, and his sack production is going to depend on how he develops those counters. So he can kind of get messed up depending on what that tackle is going to do. But he is disciplined. He's a disciplined, contained player who plays with physicality, rarely gets washed out of the gaps, high floor because of his run game value alone. So if you get a good D-line coach or you get him in the right scheme, he can be that guy who can dog it up there with Quinnen Williams and Osa Odigizua, as well as Kenny Clark, if Kenny Clark still is on the team. So,
which you believe the Cowboys have.
Yeah. So he wins with length and he's strength more than his burst, needs to develop more suddenness, and he may project as a strong number 2 edge rather than a true alpha rusher. So he's not your pass rush guy. He does a lot of his stats, and when you watch him, he feels like he's better for a 4-3. So if we're playing 3-4, I don't know if Keldrick Falk is going to be that solid guy. However, when you go to a 3-4 scheme, those edge rushers, like a Cassius Hal, who needs to be playing as more of a stand-up outside linebacker guy, have to deal with a lot of those tackles. So his size and his run coverage alone, if you can kind of coach him up, there is some traits there that could be viable for the team. But he is a solid guy. He's going to go to a team. He just has to fit that scheme. So it really depends on what Christian Parker and the Dallas Cowboys are going to do with their team this year in defense.
I like seeing that he has 27 hurries. I like seeing that he has 23 stops.
Yep.
Okay. So also I'm thinking 6'6", if he puts his arms up in the air, that's probably clipping 7 feet tall, running. He doesn't have to be fast. He just needs to be a wall running with his arms up to block a pass. However, the 27 hurries shows me like those are important. They move the quarterback. It means that he forced the quarterback to move. So obviously, if you got a mobile quarterback, that's not necessarily really going to be a big deal. And in today's modern football, pretty much everyone has got some mobility unless your name's Jared Goff. You just go north to south and that's it. And I respect that. So I think that he still has that, he still would be a great weapon, but you do need to have a rusher. Like you couldn't draft him and be like, here's our our pass rush problem.
Interesting that you're bringing that up. And this is a great point because the Cowboys also just recently brought on a new pass rushing coach. And this guy has developed players to become very, very solid in the pass rush. So we look at that and not saying that you would bring a guy in specifically for a draftee rookie like Keldrick Falk, but Donovan Ezeraku, is he going to become a better pass rusher with this new coach?
Brandon Jordan is his name.
Yeah, Brandon Jordan. If we keep Fowler, is Fowler going to have a better year than what he had last year? So you get a guy like this who's not necessarily looked at to be your prototypical pass rusher, and you get a pass rushing coach. Can you take some of these traits and develop them along with, again, these other guys who are your true pass rushing edges?
I'd love to look at his 27 hurries and see, how many of those were close that if he had some sort of extra teach that taught him how to get in there that 0.5 seconds quicker, would he have had 5 sacks? And now 5 sacks, that's totally changing your view on him as a sack.
And he did have 7 in 2024.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which isn't groundbreaking. He had a better 2024 pass rushing season than he did in 2025. And people who were expecting him to hit that kind of curve, in your 1 year in college, you kind of hit a mark. And then you kind of go 30 to 40% better of that mark as you go on. And he regressed a little bit, but man, 6'6", 285 and the attributes. And this is another dude.
He's still ranked very, very high. So
that's what I mean. Yeah. He's going to, if he has a fucking insane combine.
Yeah.
If he goes out there and runs a good 40.
Well, this is
does some nice stuff, the 3-cone shuttle and some stuff. So he is going to be a top 15 pick.
He's going to be,
for sure.
If we pick him, it's going to tell a lot about the scheme that we're going to be running, and he's going to be that chess piece with her. Is he going to be your number one if they take him at 12, is that good for us? Probably not, right? If they get him at 20, and he's that
20 is a steal.
Again, so if they get him at 20 and he's there not as our number one edge rusher, because again, we have to think about this with having D Easy on the team. D Easy should have a better season than Keldrick Falk, right? That's what we're expecting. Unless you're getting a guy like Ruben Bain, who you're like, okay, this guy's going to come in, he's going to be the one, you got the 1-2 punch. But so when we look at what the defensive coaching staff's going to do to our guys, get him in there as a player who could be rotational. Can we get him in on that first down, maybe even second down production, and then you cycle him out for that true pass rusher to come in? I feel like that's what we're going to see a bit more. But again, he's a physical guy.
The funniest sum up I seen of him was on Reddit. If you get him at 32, which is the last pick in the first round, you're like, fuck. But you get him at 33, the first pick of the second round, you're screaming steal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. And people get so caught up about these draft spots, but he is a work in progress. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Last guy on our list is Taurian York. 5'10", 227, compact linebacker out of Texas A&M.
Like the photo that you picked for him there.
Both of them, or this one?
Yeah, the one where he's running for his life.
He's running for his damn life. So he's an undersized overachiever since high school. He's a 3-time defensive MVP in high school. Then he earned the ESPN Freshman All-American and SEC All-American, All-Freshman, team honors in college in his first year, 2023. He had a season-long captain in his sophomore year where he totaled 82 tackles and 9.5 TFLs in 2024. And then he's a field commander with exceptional block scheme recognition, rarely misses while operating with controlled violence and aggression. And nice and violent for you.
I like it.
And he's a great tackler with finish power who can track ball carriers through traffic, but struggles with slot coverage and is short and light. Before we comment, I just want to preface my idea, if I was to sign Taurian York, would to be putting him into a hybrid linebacker safety type of role, even though I know his coverage is actually rated very well, but he's
way better than any of the linebackers we've looked at.
He has 90 coverage.
Either work with him on slot or keep him away from slot, but I feel like he's a little light to be a pure linebacker, but he's 227. That's literally only 9 pounds different from CJ Allen, who's 6'1" or 6'2", 238, right?
That's screaming free safety for sure.
I feel like he could play, but the free safety role with more onus on coming up to play some closer to the line packages, right? Because he can excel against those smaller guys. He's probably not going to excel against blocking. He's not going to excel against a tight end necessarily, but any wide receiver, he's huge.
Yeah.
Like the size, like not his height necessarily, but if he's hitting a 200-pound wide receiver, he's going to bring some pop.
Where are you drafting him? Like what round? 4th?
He is not really projected in a place where the Cowboys could get him, but yeah, it would have to be the 4th round. I think he's probably going to be in a 3rd round, like high 3rd round. If he has a really good combine, and it's going to be like 2nd round basically.
You'll know tomorrow.
Well, this is what I think based off of what other people have said, right? Yeah, we'll know tomorrow. That's the shitty thing is we're doing all this talking and tomorrow the action happens. So
yeah, but we can always bounce back. The thing I like is the most position that we've talked about tonight has been linebacker, and the most interviewed position by the Dallas Cowboys
has been linebacker.
So we're obviously seeing a trend not only between us three, but by the Dallas Cowboys. They want linebackers, and this draft is fucking loaded with linebackers. Good linebackers, like guys that you could get in even the 4th round possibly, or trade into the 3rd, or trade back into the 3rd, and still get a guy that could start on this team.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
If let's say if I needed him or felt like I needed him, and York was still available midway through the 3rd, or entering into like the latter half of the 3rd, I could move up to try to pick him up because he's not going to last to the 4th, I would assume. But that's the type of guy he is. Am I banking? Am I going to make any aggressive moves to get him? No, because he is kind of an oddity.
Yeah.
He's too small to be a linebacker.
He's available in the fourth round, and you have that pick there, then
I would get him. I think he would be super fun to bring onto the team as a 4th round pick and see what he can do and put him into plays, because I feel like anyone who's an overachiever, especially if he's an undersized overachiever, he's got a dog in him, and I want to see if he can keep that going.
You want to fight for him.
Here's what I'm thinking, because we probably don't have enough time for...
There's some breaking news that Bocce wants to announce here. He's doing a drum roll, so go...
Brrr. Breaking news from Bocce, a.k.a. Boots on the Ground Eric.
I can't roll my R's.
My dick is big. That's his breaking news.
I basically told him, I said, hey, just hit us with it, and I'll interrupt the guys once you get it.
He ghosted now. He's gone.
He's ghosting it.
He's ghosted us. That son of a bitch.
Well, why don't we do a...
But I do agree with AJ. I don't think we can do a mock tonight. We ran our 2 hours.
What I was going to say is next week we're going to review the combine. Yeah. We're going to have that fresh... We're going to have that fresh idea of where everyone's going to be situated, and then we can move into doing our our official mock draft 2.0.
Okay, so Bocce's breaking news is Formula Deportes, which is his news outlet, has agreed to submit for media credential for Mr. Adam Bessie for the Cowboys Brazil game.
Yes.
Viva la Mexico!
Yes. Let's get
okay,
it. So
awesome.
let me tell everyone what that means. So we're all traveling down to Rio for the Dallas Cowboys versus whoever they end up playing in Rio. But Boots is going to be working with Formula Deportes, and he got them to give one media credential to someone that will help film, and that is going to be Can Fans Only, BWB1, Adam Bessie in the trenches with Bot G, field access, media access, all the best part. And the best part about this is we're going to have 2 complete different polarizing outlooks of the game. Boots and Ad mucking it up with the elites, and then AJ and I in probably
in the favelas.
4 rows down from the top of the arena.
I was thinking maybe even just a favela run, but
yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. That's good news.
The bonus is Boots doesn't have to go in solo, so I'm there right with him. He knows he's and Formula Deportes is gonna be like, hey, can you bring that camera guy that shot all that stuff for you when you were down in Brazil, because that stuff looked saucy. And then the negative is I can't really drink until post game, which is, I guess.
Oh yeah, you imagine AJ and I are gonna find that Brazilian before.
Anth, we're just gonna have to. First of all, that's a mission, but we're gonna have to figure out how the hell do me and you film without Adam.
Meta glasses, dude.
Yeah,
meta glasses.
Are you gonna get them?
I'm gonna buy meta glasses. I think for it.
I might get meta glasses for Rio.
Meta
glasses. We can't walk around Rio with our phones out.
Yeah, it's very true. Meta glasses. Who's giving the call out? Who are we fucking you to?
You guys do it. Call it out. Call it out. Call it out.
If you know, I want you to look at everybody this week as the combine's happening and all this news comes up and out. I want you to look around at anybody who says that they're a Cowboys fan and just give them a little bit of respect, because this Brandon Aubrey stuff is going to shake us. It's going to shake us to this core.
Stay strong.
But more importantly, if you know anybody out there that wants to take that bloodline pick of that filthy eagle, Josiah Trotter, you look them straight in the eye and you tell them to go fuck themselves! Just kidding. If they picked him, I'd be happy with it.
Yeah,
if they took him in like the second or the third.
If Trotter's available in the fourth, we'll take him. We'll take him in the fourth.
Break that bloodline pick. Be a Romeo and Juliet to your family. You don't like it. You don't like it. Be that good guy. Be a...